know there was a line, but there's the line, the cross. So yeah, you see those border lines. There's my line. There's the border.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, otherwise it's just this bhajan thing you're doing with God, but it doesn't translate into your relations, which is this is important. It's the integration of love of God and love of God in man. You don't really see the other persons. You don't see the Lord. I mean, that's what it is for me. I mean, I'm seeing more the Lord, in my own ecstasy, but also in others, and relating to that. And I like that. I think that's fantastic. Is if they're awakened, like when I look at the ones who are like, say, like the one I said goodbye to just now. It's like, okay, she's not really interested in moving deeper. She's got her own path, and she's really, for her, she's clear about it. She likes, that's what she wants to do. And, it was great with you, for a while. I got what I could use and all that. But, you know, that's fine.
And does that
Maybe in the future I
disappoint
could
you?
use you again. Yeah, I
Does that
felt let
disappoint you
down.
that
I
people?
felt unhappy. I felt let down. Yes, I
Okay,
felt disappointed and let down and sad.
okay.
Believe it or not.
I can really
Yeah, and I
appreciate
told
your
her that.
that.
I
I
told
like
her.
that.
I told her that I felt let down. Maybe I had some expectations too. Like she would, get it. But she says, well,
Very
I
honest.
was really great. Yeah, I was grateful, and I said, I believe your actions, man. You don't even call anymore. You have your money now and all that. You don't really need us, and you even told me, oh, actually, Chanting's not my path, and that makes me like, oh yeah, you really seen Lord Caitanya, huh? Yeah. Well, how come he didn't tell you the glories of Lord? And he talks to you, and he doesn't tell you anything about Lord chanting Hare Krishna, the one thing he came to teach the world. Well, I have doubt that you're actually seeing the real Lord Chaitanya. Maybe you're just dreaming or something, you know. So anyway, that's yeah. So anyway, that's I dealt with it.
Okay, clarifies. I
Yeah.
don't know that. But did you talk
Yeah.
about the whole drama? This I'm sorry, but
It was
about that.
purifying. It was a blessing today.
Yeah.
It was very
What was it?
purifying. It was a
Okay.
blessing. It was purifying. Real.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. I love it. I love it
Oh.
Really, I got a
because it's
headache from it.
important. I have to do that. I have to do it every day with myself. I have the way I act at work
Oh.
and in my private life. Reflecting. Everybody should do it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I mean, it was a little hard for me to, to do what I did with Maria today. But after now, I feel like, yeah, man, it's important to be real and just trust. Like Lalita said there, I don't trust that. Well, I'm. This is my trust thing, to build trust that it's going to work out. Like what we did today, even though there is conflict and all kinds of different opinions. See, this is purified to me. That's pure. Somebody says, yeah, that's true. Some people took Freddie's side. Freddie, conflict, whatever. And some people are different, polarizing thing. To me, I think that's healthy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I was working at Trick Hospital, we always learn people there are four basic emotions like happiness, anger, scared,
Uh-huh.
and what? Angst. Bang was blood. But when people
And
are
sad.
happy, you want the people laughing. When you
Right.
get scared, you want people comfort you. And if you get upset, then you want that people listen to you. People want to be heard and
Yeah.
acknowledge their frustrations. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so when Gudrun said, "I'm sorry," I saw recognition for the first time in Lalita's eyes. So, she she did hear me. So maybe I
Yeah,
things wrong, probably. I'm sorry, Lalita. She's totally wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah,
yeah.
that's so.
It's your truth, man. That's the thing. You got to just stand by your truth. You got to trust yourself.
No, it's a little.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. Yeah, William, he wrote me and said, "Oh, this was great, man. You know, these things." Yeah, because he could see too. You know, he was been in religion, and they deal superficially, not got like etiquettes. It's like going to an elite's party. Everybody, yeah, yeah. So we can do that here, you know. Or I don't like you. Yeah, phew, let's see you, man. Oh, I don't like the reflection I'm getting from you. So you look at the reflection instead of.
Okay, for me, that's not clear. Huh? Why should everybody likes everybody in the spiritual level? In normal life, that's not the reality. People say I like you and I don't like you because whatever kind of reason. But why should it be different in on a spiritual? Why is it my ego that I prefer some people more than others? Is that false ego?
Well, I think it's just it's like developing consciousness. I know how it is for me. Well, how I'm seeing things now is I'm not. This is natural. I think it comes from just purification. But the way I'm seeing it is, if a person has the ecstatic devotion in them, I look at that, and the other stuff. It's like it's again. But I don't. If anybody is not seeing that, okay, now you're looking because you're looking at the reflection, and it's reflecting the crust. That's some you got something there that's keeping you from seeing the real truth. That's why when I look, say, for like looking at River, I'm looking at the ecstatic devotion in her, and to say, well, the crust is making you bad. I thought, well, what are you talking about? God
Okay,
is
okay. You
living
see,
inside
you
you.
focus
You're a
on
holy
the
person.
ecstatic part. Okay, but maybe also see the other aspects of somebody's
Oh yeah,
personality. How do
yeah. But
you
I
deal
guess.
with that?
Oh, go ahead. Okay. Well, I think it's part of the purification of getting to the point of looking at that and relating to that. And the other part, I'm not attracted or adverse to it. It's like a kind of neutral. See, I guess this comes from the bhajan gradually. You just because to me that's this person's holy. Holiness is in them. And then I see it's like okay, I may not want to be so like around it all the time. I say, oh, you're purified. I'll see you later. Whatever. But I don't feel attracted or adverse to it. Like it might be like I don't want to sit there and listen. It's like, hey, I choose to use my time. Okay, go talk to somebody else or something if you want. Um, I think that's how some people, I won't mention names, maybe get burnt out, is they listen too long to people that are going through stuff and talk to them for hours and stuff, and then they wonder why they just explode.
Mhm.
I
Being
could
neutral
I wouldn't
about
listen to
it.
all this stuff for, huh?
Being neutral to somebody's imperfections of whatever you want to call it. That's something I also can learn from you with all the other things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm not always
yeah,
neutral.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
But in some people, there, the ecstatic well, in most people, ecstatic devotion isn't awakened, and if they're not interested in this path or even to learn about it, and they think they know all about it, there's no room for. That's why I said with Maria, there's no room for. Okay, you're not interested in ecstatic devotion, okay, but you don't even want to learn about it. You're not. You don't need this shelter because you've got your relationship with God, like I do, right? And I don't see the ecstatic potency awakened in her. She's just a real neophyte, and she thinks she's on the same level. Well, that's fine, man. It's too much work. I don't need it. I'd rather be with people that are interested in what we're doing. If you don't, um, oh yeah, yeah, show some interest. She had 3 months to show interest, and she was interested in being helped, monetarily and stuff. But after that was done, no interest. Oh, okay, good. See you. Good luck on your path. Everybody, they have a right to do whatever they want. But I feel more free now. I'm a lot better. So I was worth going through a little sadness and disappointment. Feel the feelings and integrate it and move on. Right there, Govinda. Were you drinking a sarsaparilla?
I like your explanation, Guru.
Yeah,
I like it that you
it's
be honest and
it's beautiful
straightforward.
sessions we've been having the last few days. Can you hear me?
Yeah, do it. Go ahead. What?
No, this is non-alcoholic beer. 0-0.
That's good.
0-0. Yes.
So Amy says everyone should try to respect each other and be as encouraging and supportive of each other as possible. We are all here for the greater good. Well, sometimes you can't just respect the other person when you're not feeling respectful. Otherwise then it's you should. You're supposed to. You should. It's like be humble, Prabhu, and you're not feeling very humble. You're angry. Better to be with where your energy is and work it out. That's otherwise it's false. Yeah. 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 Okay. So let's chant Hare Krishna. Put your microphones on and let's hear it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama.
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Oh
Hare
Lord.
Krishna. Oh Lord, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Oh
Hare,
Lord. Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Rama Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jai
Hare
Nityananda, Jai Sri Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaura Bhakta.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya
Chandya Jaya
Nityananda,
Nityananda Jai Shri
Jaya
Advaita
Shri
Chandra
Advaita Chandra.
Jai.
Okay, let's see, where are we at here? How about, how about, hmm, okay, page 487 in this book. Mahaprabhu chastises Devananda Pandit. Okay, I'm gonna. This is start at page 482. If you got the book. Truly I declare to you, Lord Caitanya is saying, truly I declare to you, I am the Supreme Lord. My servitors and their servants are all manifestations of the absolute truth. I love this. This is a beautiful verse. Truly I declare to you that I, the Supreme Lord, and that's the real transcendental manifestation of the Lord. He's everything, but who he really is. He's not his. He doesn't consider himself his shadow. You know, shadow is this Mahamaya. He said, "I declare to you, see that I, the Supreme Lord, my servitors, see, my servitors. That's my ones who serve the transcendental Lord. Even though everybody is his servitor, they're serving the Maya usually, and that's an illusion. So let's say that doesn't really count. At least if you're serving the Maya, you want to get out of that. You know, the people are serving the demigods, they're serving the demons. You notice it's a service thing. You notice the demons who are lying to people, deceiving them, and cheating them right now. Do you see how they're being served by the police, by the army, by the politicians? And you see how it makes their nature accordingly? They become like little tyrants. See, so there's that. But then there's the transcendental Lord. This is what we teach here. Okay? That's why I say, you're not interested in learning about this? Well, hey, man, what can be done? Then, see you later. I only have time for people who want to, I'm not interested. Oh, you think you're worshiping the demigod, like with this gal here, Maria. She likes her demigod thing. She believes in it. Okay, you're demigod there. Oh, well, that's God. Okay, that's your God, but it ain't my God. My God's transcendental. I'm here to teach what this transcendental nature of the Lord. You're not interested because you think you're. See, this is the arrogance of the people, the demigod worshippers. They think or even the Vishnu worshippers and ISKCON and all these groups. Oh, they know all about their God. They're not worshiping the God I'm worshiping. My God is transcendental. And that's why you guys are ecstatic. You like my God. They don't like my God. That's why Maria is not ecstatic. She don't like my God. She like her God. Well, then you go and worship your God. See how, I met her. I met her, and by the way, there's a teaching, and that's not just ranting. There's a lessons in these things. Thank you very much for your service, Maria. Yeah, I meet her. She was miserable, depressed. And yeah, sad. Oh my God, what sadness! And everything changed. And it's like, oh, she was getting to know my God. My Lord is different than her ones who couldn't take her sadness away. See, this is a lot. Most people are like that. Their God is different than my God. See, my God is becoming your God. Now. You like this God. He's transcendental. You're becoming a servitor. You're a servant of the servant, of a real servitor of the transcendental form of the Lord. I'm not afraid to declare it. I'll declare it, man. If that lady, lucky if she watches one of these classes, and sees that, hey, man, that's a slap in the face. Oh, I'm not interested in doing it. Well, that goes for anybody. This is a great opportunity to get to know somebody who can take your sadness away and your miseries away. Isn't this Lord Janardhan take your sadness and miseries away? He's pretty good. Pretty cool guy, huh? Cool guy,
Absolutely.
gal. Yeah, that's right. When they're sad, he'll come back guaranteed too. So that's shake the dust off the feet. This is a lesson. As a lesson, that's why I shake the. Hey man, Learn your lesson out there. Okay, you worship your God. See how far it gets you. We made everything was going fantastic. Wow, everything's flowing. Everything. She's getting the raise. By being with somebody who this God trumps all gods. He's the Mahaprabhu of all Prabhus. And I ain't ashamed to say it, man. My God's better than Acharya Dev's God. His God, look at him. All he can do is cut a few jokes and play the piano. Not very impressive. And memorize verses. Less intelligent still. My God gives good insights and intelligence and lots of ecstasy. See, I declare to you that I, the Supreme Lord, that I is my Lord. He's transcendental. He's ecstatic. He's raging ecstatic. He cries. He laughs. That God. Okay? The Supreme Lord, my dear servitor. See, dear man, are you dear? Oh yes, I'm a guru in ISKCON. Yes, the Lord is very dear to me, but I don't like you. I don't like Lalita. I don't like Johan. But the Lord is very no. We're here. Hey man, let's see the deed. If the Lord is dear to you, the real God is dear to you. You will be here. You will love these teachings. Otherwise, you're not worshiping the same God. You're worshiping a Mayat form. You're worshiping a shadow energy. That's why people still sad and illusioned and less intelligent. See? Oh, you're worshiping the real God? Well, why don't you like my ecstatic Lord? He's the best manifestation of that Lord, of the Lord of Lords. That's why they call him Mahaprabhu, because he was so ecstatic. See? I got purified the last couple of days speaking. I feel my class is going to get better. See? Balanced. I learned from Govinda. I like this. What's happening on your side of the street? This is what's happening on my side of the street, my friends. See, my dear servitor. See, that's the proof. Those who are say they're my direct devotees are not my direct devotees. They're bullshitting. They're liars. They're cheaters. Deceivers. The devotees of my devotees are my real devotees. Why? Because you like that dearness. If a devotee is really dear to the Lord, they'll be as ecstatic as the Lord. The real Lord is pure ecstasy, pure knowledge, and pure understanding of the facts of life. Yeah. And their servants. See, my dear servitors. See, that's the very close story. Then that's the bona fide guru, and that's why when you become a real servant from your heart of the guru and go through the fire of purification, just hanging out here puts you through a fire, doesn't it? Yeah, and you don't run away. You may run away for a little while, but you come back. you know. See, you are considered liberation, but if you give up this path, you pass back into the cycle of birth and death until you get it, and you become a sincere, honest servant of a servitor, an intimate servant of the Lord. They're the warden for you in this world. Otherwise, you didn't make it, man. That's why none of us have to be perfect. But are you a servant of the servants of the transcendental Lord? Forever. The harsh never went away. The riders on the storm. Right. That's Rajiv, right. Riders on the storm. See? Servitors of the dear servants of the Lord. That's how you get out of this. Those when Jesus was here, when you became his sincere servant, you got the Holy Spirit, right? Because you were a servant of the dear. All they were was fishermen. The Lord gave a special blessing to Jesus to know him really well, more than, just the ordinary throng or even guru. See, and they became sincere servants, and Jesus left it in their hands to pass on that same devotion. This is left in your hands also, because so many of you are sincere servants of a servant of the Lord. And I consider myself, maybe I don't have a living guru. I couldn't find anybody of that stature. But luckily, for me and for you all, that was there. It was like Jesus. Who gave it to him, that kind of intimacy, to know such things, to get through all of these nooks and crannies and bewilderments of Maya? See? So that we can get something going here, get some people free. Yeah, look at you guys, man. You see, serving as a servant. None of you are perfect. I ain't even perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's not about that. But we got the perfect Lord living inside us, don't we? We got the Ananda, and man, conclusive truth is here too. Getting more conclusive all the time. See? And we're living on that. Riders on the storm. See? The silver surfers. Go ahead. See? My transcendental abode and activities are all my transcendental abode and activities are the absolute reality. So sim. This is what I said I look at now. See? My transcendental abode. You know where I see that abode practically in this world? I see it in Govinda. I see it in Janardhan. That's my Lord's abode. And you see it. Look at the ecstasy. Look at the understanding they have. Look at River. Look at probably Rajiv. I didn't see him enough, but I'm sure you're one of those. Look at Lalita, Johan. See, my Lord is in them. See? So that's absolute reality. And this is all, we're just going through the, what do you call it, the washing machine. That's all. That's part of it, Washing the clothes, Krishna does that. That's all. No big deal. Yeah, you see, the Lord, that's the Lord's abode, is absolute reality. You devotees are absolute. You represent absolute reality because you're the abode of the Lord. See, there's two definitions of abode or dhams. See, transcendental dhams, holy places. That's the place and the devotee is more so because you see the living God in there. He talks to you or she talks to you. She removes your ignorance, your stupidity. You go to the holy dham and take your bath. You're still pretty stupid. I notice you still didn't get it. You know how many people took a lot of baths over there? They still don't get what we're talking about here. See, doesn't work very fast. But this work, you stay here for a while sincerely, and you're going to get purified. That's why I say I don't have time for you. You don't care about what's going on. Yeah, good riddance. Shake the dust, man. Your arrogance. Go back to the arrogant demigod. See how far that gets you. My Lord is powerful, and he showed people the power, and then they reject the gift. Okay, fine. No problem. Good riddance. Let that be a lesson. Because that's their only hope, Otherwise, people think, oh, it's the same. It ain't no same thing what's going on here. I think I'll leave a couple more messages. Yeah. See, my transcendental abode and activities are the absolute reality. See? Activities, these are the activities of the Lord. He works through us. This is a transcendental activity. You don't have faith in what's going on here, you're full of shit. It's garbage. You're blind. You're blinded by Maya's thing. This is absolute. These are the activities of the Lord expressing through us whatever is meant to happen. But there was conflict. No, don't you know Lord Caitanya never had any conflict? Are you shitting me? There's plenty of conflict here with Krishna also. And all of a sudden, we don't do conflict. No, you're just blind by your inconclusiveness. Devananda, we're getting to the story soon too. Devananda Pandit talk about conflict. I'm going to rip up your book. That's conflict. Huh? He had some conflict with this person, right? Some controversy. What is this, man? You don't have any ecstatic devotion. You're not worthy to teach Srimad Bhagavatam. You should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a person who has ecstatic love, because they have the correct realization, especially when they're a little matured. See, that's why the Lord lets you recognize a real Raganuga Bhakti to come under their shelter. Like, don't think I'm a kind of guru where, I tell you what to do and how to tie your friggin' shoelaces and what you should say and what you shouldn't. And that I tell you to shut your mouth. You open your mouth, you can say anything you want here. You hate me for what I'm bringing up, or what I'm reflecting to you. You can tell nobody. That's no restriction here. You only be the better for it, because that's real for you. You angry at me? Well, amen. I'm all ears. Maybe I won't like it. Maybe I will. It's my side of the fence will be my side of the fence. I like that one. What's your side of the fence? In truth. So just by hearing okay. My transcendental abode and activities are all absolute reality. This is so amazing. These verses are treasures, my friends. See, anyone denying their existence and veracity verily inflicts countless wounds upon my body. See, that's how it is, really. Countless wounds on my body. How does that show up? How does the Lord get wounded? Isn't the Lord spirit soul? But why is he saying countless? Because your body belongs to him, even though you don't know it. Our bodies are his body. And it inflicts countless wounds upon these bodies because of illusion and ignorance and acting in against the truth. See, here, by accepting the Lord's transcendental body, even in the devotees, my God, my life is fantastic. It gets better all the time. I'm not wounding the Lord. That's why I was telling Sim, I see. Thank you, Lord, for showing me that. Let me pay it forward to help you guys also. Hey, man, don't look at the crust so much. Look at the divinity. Look in the most crusty ones here. Look at the divinity there, and then you'll be okay. Otherwise, you're inflicting a wound on the Lord's body, which is your body and his body together. You share the same body, but it's really his body, and you're his servant. See, and so people don't know these facts, and this is really great to be able to teach people this, even though it's unpopular. Tell people that you don't appreciate my Lord, huh? Well, my Lord is the same as no, it's not. You're still worshiping demigods and shadow stuff. And proof is, when I met you over here, you were sad and miserable, ready to give your life up to the sharks. Really? Some people are like that, ungrateful. Don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't. See, without this conflict, without me saying what I said, there's no possibility. She'll go her whole life thinking, like, what? But here, I went with the conflict. Conflict. Yeah, we have a conflicting opinion. My God is different. Maybe if you're lucky or watch this class. She even said, I don't know. I want to watch these conflicting, call that controversies and stuff, Okay, it's not your path. You're not strong enough to deal with it. Well, see you in a few lives. What can be done? I'll hang around with Govinda and Janardhan. You know, we like this transcendental Lord. Gives a happiness that's not of this world, gives a peace that's not of this world. It gives that kind of peace, everything that Jesus talked about, and more. Yes, more, because Lord Caitanya is the latest incarnation, just like Jesus gave more than the prophets and Moses. Well, it's progressive. Lord Caitanya was just here. And man, did he do a massive dump of transcendental truth on us. In the midst of a really bad war. I tell you, this stuff is so draconian that's coming down. I can't believe it. They're just openly. You should hear this Charles Schwab. I can't believe the stuff he's saying. Oh my God! And they're at this G20 thing, and they're talking about right there openly. And the guy of Indonesia says, "Oh yeah, we're ready to do this pass where people must get the and Australia also." And they're at this meeting, and this goes for also everywhere. Well, most of these places first, the emerging markets for this. Yeah, we're going to have this. Everybody will have to take. You must take this shot, otherwise you won't be able to move around. You can't go anywhere. You can't buy. You can't sell. Just like the Bible says, you can't buy. And people are just like, "Boo! This is coming down the pipe. It's going to be everywhere." And look what we're teaching. Unbelievable. What a time to come in the midst of a war. It's never been like this. Can you imagine? They force people. Can you imagine how what a slight that shows you that they consider us slaves. Oh, you must. We want you. And it got, I do a little research, only a little, and all these studies of how many people dropping like flies, dying, and adverse events. And their DNA is changing, and their blood clots, and kids, and black-eyed babies, and on and on and on. And they just like, "Oh yeah, you must take this." What talk about arrogance. Talk about a lack of respect for people's, this is a good thing. You believe in Maya, you serve Maya. That's what you get. Maya is getting tough now. This is the only real practical way out. Even Lord Caitanya said, in this age of Kali, this particular age of Kali, this one, Harinam, Harinam, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name. So many have made it already, and this is just kind of gravy. This we do a little, get it so that we have really, loving relationships and get it through all this stuff. Get it more, even more. But this is terrible stuff coming down the pipe. It's horrible. And if that's all you got, then people will they'll either comply, they're becoming robots, they're already, this stuff is making people robots. They got all kinds of shit in there that's making people zombies. They even have a zombie apocalypse kind of thing, the CDC, Yeah, and many people are dying and will continue. And you want get your boosters and all that. It's this reality is so it's really terrible, and they're breaking everything politically, economically, everything, breaking everything. And this 2023 and 2024 is going to be a nightmare. But under this, if you're a little afraid and all that, well, do more work. Not work, but more Sadhu Sangha to the point where you're, that's just, what's coming down the pipe. Yeah. So the more we get this, the more we relate to our spiritual body. See, and then we'll do whatever we have to do, just to survive, which we may or may not. Who knows? But survival is more than just survival of the body. That's all. That's going to go. But can you imagine you attain this awakening and relationship with the Supreme Lord? Then that's why you become fearless. See, anyone denying their existence and veracity verily inflicts countless wounds on my body. And that's to be seen. People need to wake up. They think waking up is just to see what the demons are doing, and you're on the good side of good. That ain't really enough. Really, you have to wake up, seeing that we're servants of the transcendental Lord. Only the bona fide spiritual master, the real intimate associate of the Lord, can teach this. And when you feel yourself a sincere servant of such a person, chosen person, then you get these things. You get this ecstasy, and you get your spiritual body awakened, and then you're safe. Otherwise, you're not safe. These Vaidhi Bhaktas are not safe if you're just on a level of just practice. They're not safe. The Narayan Raj devotees are not safe, even though they're Rage, Radhe. If you can't see the ecstasy in the devotees, then you're not fully safe. Even the devotees going, you have a little blindness when you're looking like that, and you see the crust, and you want to, if there's ecstasy, ecstatic love awakened in the devotees, and they may have some rough edges. So this is our opportunity to get purified. So we see that, and that the blindness is out of the way, so that you're not looking. See, Bhakti Vinod was teaching this. There's a book I remember. He said the pure devotees people commit offenses to, because often you may see some imperfection, or you consider they're not perfect or something. Maybe they have some conditioning, but the Lord is choosing them. See, the Lord is choosing them and to abide in them. So that makes everything holy. And you're just looking at the crust. See, so you need to start looking. Anyway, that happens automatically. Just by what we're doing gets removed. So it's an incidental thing. And then everybody will be happier for it. Oh yeah, and they use the thing when you go to take a bath in the Ganges, there's stuff floating in there, stool and stuff. But you don't say, at least if you understand the Ganges is purifying, you don't say, oh, the Ganges is impure because the stool is in it. It's just a stool there, but the Ganges is pure. And you still can take your bath and move the stool away. See, that's Krishna when he chooses us. There might be some stool floating around. But still, can you see that the Lord is in those persons? If not, you need more bhajan, more ecstatic worship, more association. Yeah. So actually, I need to stop because of my voice is finished. I don't want to, but I need to. Maybe I want to too because of this. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming.